G'day guys, MFWest here, and today I have a 21 Nelth's Mythic Plus commentary. Now, in my Mythic Plus guide, if you haven't seen it, links in the description, I basically talked about me posting these Mythic Plus runs, and I asked you guys overall, do you want to see an uncut run, the whole thing, like 30-40 minutes run, depending on the dungeon of course, or commentary. Now, this one is going to be cut and sliced with commentary. A lot of you guys wanted that, and I did see a lot of you also wanted the content uncut. So I will think about making maybe not the 40-minute ones, maybe like the 20 to 30 minute ones I'll leave uncut and see how you guys like it. But it's going to be a 21 Nelth, guys. We end up one chesting it, and I think the time that we completed, and it stayed rank 1 on the server for a while, so that's pretty cool. And the build that I was running for the run is Dark Arbiter, Infected Claw, Spell Eater, Sludge Belcher, Clawing Shadows, Pestilent Pustules, and Ebon Fever. If you need to look at or ask or understand anything about the spec, it's all in the guide. Go check it out, it's very recent. And yeah guys, my gear is pretty much, like I said in the guide, I swap between my AoE set and my single target spec. This is my single target set, you can pause it if you want, and this is my AoE set. So yeah, nothing too crazy guys, let's get straight into the video. And here we are guys. So Neltharian's Lair 21 on Raging, Necrotic, and Tyrannical. Probably one of the best dungeons for this week, I'll be honest with you, because of how much time you can save on the trash pack. So I'm already in my AoE gear, and if you have no idea what I'm talking about, please go check out my Mythic Plus guide that I posted like a couple of days ago. So we're going to grip this first pack here. Now, Raging and Necrotic, it slows things down. It does. The tank has to kite away from the mobs, otherwise the necrotic stacks will get way too high. You cannot pull really big unless your tank has a lot of mobility. We have a blood DK, so you can easily drop the stacks with AMS. So it's me, we've got a Rep Paladin, Fire Mage, and a Holy Paladin. It's a decent group, not ideal, perfect setup for Mythic Pluses, but it's okay. Just some guildies. So yeah, just pushing through these packs, pulling around 4 to 5 each time. Trying not to waste as much time, trying not to waste any time really. And because Tyrannical, the bosses are the main focus, and the first boss is pretty tough. If our ad management is not good, then the boss will just the necrotic stacks, because the ads actually give necrotic stacks to the tank. So if our ad priority is not good, our tank will eventually just die from necrotic. So yeah, we've got to have very good ad management, and the fight is actually piss easy. If you do not kill the ads, the fight becomes very difficult. Extremely difficult. This mob up here, I actually swap into my single target spec. I recommend doing that, swapping gears just on this pack, so when you get down below, your trinkets aren't on cooldown or anything. From repeatedly doing runs, you'll learn which packs to swap around gear and whatnot, because say you stuck in your AoE gear now, and you killed this pack and you just changed to single target, your trinket will not be ready for this boss. It will be delayed. And this trinket I'm using is Fell Oil, which gives me haste, which basically lets my DA get another cast in, so it's pretty important. So here he is, Rockmora. Now, as you can see, there's a little ad spawning there. Virulent Plague is pretty much enough with the cleave that we have in this group. We have a Rep Paladin and a Fire Mage, so there's a shitload of passive cleave. Shatter is the thing that's going to wipe you if anything, because if the ads are up, Shatter does like almost triple the amount of damage and can wipe you. Watch how much damage Shatter does with the ads, all ads dead. Pretty much nothing. Now as our Paladin popped the cooldown there it is. It did like about a quarter of our HP. Now if there's a single ad up, it does about 3/4 of our HP, which is recoverable, but when this boss has this much HP, you do not want to be screwing around with the ads. So just before Shadow goes off, he spawns a few more ads and you have to quickly kill them. So the tank's trying to move the poison into one lot of the corner. It's a very long boss fight. Now an ad was up there, look how much damage we took. The tank has to kind of maneuver the boss around the poison patches, but we kind of wing it and we can just, you know, move around. It wasn't that bad, but on higher levels like 23 to 24, the tank actually has to maneuver around the bosses. So our group's doing really good damage, and you can just coordinate with your healer. If an ad is up when Shadow goes off, your healer has to pop a major defensive. You do it probably as well. So that's the first boss. Probably one of the harder bosses in here, to be honest with you. Everything else is pretty straightforward. We lust on that boss, and we're gonna have it up for Wormy. So this next area isn't that bad. Raging can play a massive part though. The breakers have to be stunned, locked, or just CC'd when they rage. If that breaker gets off an avalanche when it rages, oh my god, pray for your group because it hurts so much. Especially if you see the breaker get low into raging, spread out. If you clip someone with your what's it called, with the avalanche, they'll get one shot. As you see there, I ran out because I knew he was gonna get it off. Almost one shot us. And you're gonna see what happens when it gets off. I'll show you later on. I get one shot from it. Awesome. So yeah, we're killing these guys. That's done. Now we're going to move on to the next pack. Now this next pack is huge. Now thank God we were Rep Paladin and a Fire Mage, and I've got some decent cooldowns, but Rep Paladin cooldowns on mobs? It's disgusting, guys. Okay, so putting down D&D here. This is a very important pack. If these pelters all enrage at the same time, you're going to wipe. So you have to single target down the mobs. This is very important. Look at our group. We're single targeting down the breaker. I use my Chains of Ice. Very, very, very strong, guys. Our Chains of Ice Cold Heart Legendary is so OP for Mythic Plus. You can pretty much stun a mob for 4 seconds. That's amazing. Like a 4-second stun on a pretty low cooldown. Let's say 20 to 30 second cooldown. What else do you want? Now the tank ran away to stop them from casting, but unfortunately we didn't run away, so they actually got in range and started throwing Jagged Discs, which are doing half of my HP. So yeah, very important the tank gets aggro on those, you stun lock them down and you kill them. So this next pack, I'll give you guys a lowdown on the Shapers. Make sure you keep them stunned and interrupted, especially when they're rage, guys. They cast 2 Stone Bolts, then they will cast a thing called Petrifying Totem. You can interrupt it, you can grip it, do whatever you want. It's not that scary, range can kill it. After that, he'll just spam Stone Bolt till he dies. So I save my Chains of Ice for when he gets low and rages. Boom, Chains of Ice in, done. The Shapers can really slow your rundown if they get cast off when they're enraged. You do not want to let that happen. Again, same thing, Shaper mob, an avalanche goes off there, and that wasn't even enraged, and we almost died, which is pretty funny. So this is a tyrannical week, and these mobs are hurting this much. So again, save my Chains of Ice, and then I move away from that avalanche so I don't clip anyone, and boom. Exactly the same mob here, and I'm going to get that interrupt there. I'm asking someone to, we're coordinating our interrupts. We're all in Discord, and we're making sure that we don't overlap our CCs and everything. Gets gripped and he gets hodged, and boom, Chains of Ice, done, finished. The Shapers become very, very easy. Now onto this next pack. This is the same pack over there in the left hand corner that we dealt with before. I'm still in my single target gear because Chains of Ice is very strong here, so tank's gonna get aggro and then immediately start kiting away, so the pelters, you know, don't actually single target. Now we're focusing on the breaker as per usual, and the pelters are hurting. Great thing is, Holy Paladins are amazing for this. Really good at burst healing. So we're going to kill the breaker. Now he tries to go for an avalanche here, but we kill him just in time. Now we have to focus one of the pelters. Now they are kind of going to enrage at the same time, which is not good, but I do have a Chains of Ice stun ready. That one gets hodged, so I'm going to Chains of Ice that one. I'm calling the group to burn this one down, and we do. And they're already running after the tank, which is exactly what we want. I grip him away, and then boom, that's done. Just the last Shaper left now. Now this boss can slow down groups a shit ton. This actual run that we did here is still realm first for the time that we did it in. So we did pretty good time with this, and we still wiped actually. Well, partially wiped. The reason is you lose about, if this boss, you take it to a 4th phase, you lose around like 3-4 minutes. So it's very important to kill this boss in 3 phases. I actually coordinated my group which people are going to pop cooldowns in which phases. You don't want to all pop CDs on the 1st phase because he goes down on a timer, and the first timer he goes down very, very fast. So put it into perspective, if you DA on this 1st phase, your DA will not even get fully off before he goes down. It's a waste of time. So as soon as he comes back up, I'm going to DA. So let me just show you what I mean. I use Army here for the 1st phase, that's fine. I'm going to Apocalypse and Dark Transformations because there's a lot of downtime when he's doing that little mini game that he does. So yeah, focusing on single target, I think our Rep Paladin pops wings here to make sure that we phase down first. Do not stand in these hands, they will one-shot you. I can promise you that. They do a lot of damage. Now the idols is what's going to wipe your group. Look how fast he phased, see what I mean? You need to make sure that you clear down the idols. As a melee, that's your responsibility. You clear down the idols very, very fast. Otherwise, it's pretty much an avalanche. Also, these things, save your Chain's Vice for them. It does... The avalanches do a lot of damage, so make sure you spread out. And this is the glory of having clawing shadows. You don't have to be on the idol to actually DPS it. So here I'm going to pop my Dark Arbiter, and we're just going to try and pump out as much damage as we can. Ideally, if we can get him below 50% in this phase, it'll be great. So he's gone down once. We want to kill him in 3 times that he goes down. A 4th one would just take too much time. I stood in that and almost died, so I'm a retard, but yeah, he's at 60% HP here. And yeah, it's just making sure, it's just literally kill the idols and don't stand in hands for this boss. That's it, 21 tyrannical, nothing too difficult, guys. So we got him down to around, oh, what is he at, 40%, so it's really good. We're ahead of schedule here just, and we're going to do this one more phase. I have Chains of Ice ready for this idol. I'm thinking to myself, should I actually use it on the idol or should I use it on the boss? But I decided to use it on the idol because people can die from these avalanches. So we want to kill him here, guys. This is the 3rd and final one that we want to try and kill him. If you do not kill him here, you'll lose so much time, guys. You just want to spend 3 phases, and this comes down to how well your group organize their cooldowns. So I believe Paladin's wings are up for this phase, so we have wings in first and last phase. So Rep Paladins are freaking amazing, Mythic Plus. So we kill him, which is great, and we move on to this next pack. We're going to pull 2 Gators for count. We're going to dodge this pack. Paladin Repentances that mob just in case, you never know. Yep, let's pull in 2 Gators here. I know I'm not showing the time limit, but we're making really good time right now. And we make a pretty big mistake up ahead, which is our only mistake in the entire run. So, in perspective, we actually could have gone for a 2 chest for this run, but we didn't pull as much. We didn't chain pull a lot of things because we were scared of necrotic, but now we know our limits, so if we're going here again, we definitely go for the 2 chest. The Grub Master, guys, you want to focus down the Grub Master. We pull these 2 mobs together, and the Shaper hurts. We didn't interrupt the Shaper when he enraged, and the Grub Master, we didn't kill these grubs fast enough. So one of the grubs actually goes into meta and wipes our raid, I believe. Actually, no, it was the Shaper that wiped us. It wasn't the Grub Master, but in one of my previous runs, we didn't focus down the Grub Master's little grubs that can metamorphose and turn into those freaking, I don't know even what those things are, and they one-shot you. They basically one-shot you guys, but we actually should have been focusing down the Shaper. I should have sat on the Shaper that entire mob, and we should have got our Fire Mage to go kill the grub. But we made a mistake. We didn't fully wipe. That's the good thing. We had 2 people survive. Just me and the healer died, so it wasn't that bad. That Shaper really did hurt though. And we're on to Worm Boss, which we have Lust for. You do not want to last boss. This Worm Boss is a pain in the ass. Trust me, especially with 2 melee, not fun. So we're going to try and do as much damage as we can, and this is why I love Unholy, guys. DA is just so good to have every boss fight, and you're going to make DPS classes envious of how much single target damage you can do just from switching gears, just from switching legendaries. It's amazing. So obviously, guys, dodge as many puddles as you can. I do have an empowered AMS shield, so I can use it to pull really power. I'm going to save it this time to actually you know, let's try and survive, because this boss does hurt. The poison patches do a lot of damage on tyrannical. We're going to see a decent arbiter here. Yeah, 40 million arbiter. It's alright, nothing crazy, but yeah, it's really good damage. Try and help out. We only have 1 range DPS, so really do help out on the ads. If the boss does eat one of the ads, it's making a time. What that does, if the boss eats an ad, he does more damage to the tank, so not the greatest, and this boss can hit quite hard on the tank, so yeah, don't be a douchebag. Help out your ranged DPS, kill the ads. It's a very, very straightforward fight. That is it. Those are all the mechanics. So he does have a lot of HP. I think he started on 700 or 800 million HP, so a lot of HP, and definitely worth saving Lust for, guys. I do think I actually DA twice on this boss. I'm not sure. But all these bosses are roughly taking around 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes. Maybe some that we don't have last 3 minutes. And with the new Brez rule, it's not the best, guys. I'm not a fan of it, but it makes... you do feel it. You do feel the new Brez rule. So basically the new Brez rule is you have a set amount of Brezes in the dungeon before it goes on cooldown. And you can only use one Brez every 10 minutes. So you got to be kind of careful. You can't just have like 10 Brezes go off in one patch, in one mob or boss. It does make it a lot more strategic, and you're going to be very careful with your Brezes. So yeah, I am actually going to DA twice here, guys. This boss has so much HP, but it's going to be good. I don't mind using DA here because it will be up for the last boss again, and I'm going to use it here. It'll only get about, I might get the full duration, maybe. This boss has so much HP. Probably not though. I have AMS here, and I'm not really going to use it, I think. Just going to peel off to the side, and we are pretty much done here, guys. That's been the boss. Did 1.8 million DPS. If you're pretty much doing more than 1.8 million on every boss at this level, the group's going to love you because it's pretty good DPS. Especially for the amount of time the bosses take to kill. That boss took 2 minutes and 20 seconds, which felt like an eternity because just how much HP it had. So, watch what happens to me here. We pull these two together with the Dominator. That's fine. You need to make sure that you grip the Frenzy. But look what happens to me on this Avalanche. Our Ret Paladin's Avalanche clips me. And yeah, my Avalanche hurt me. So I got double clipped by Avalanche. Really hurt. So make sure you're spreading out. I mean, we both could have spread out better, but it's okay. Yeah. Like I said in my Mythic Plus guide, you always want to be death gripping the Scorpion's Unholy Frenzy, otherwise your tank is going to get absolutely wrecked. We tend to focus down the Breaker as soon as it spawns. Focus on the Breaker and then the Scorpion, but down here, you just want to do the same thing and focus down the Trapper. His cast when he enrages really hurt, but you as an Unholy Death Knight, you just want to make sure that you again interrupt the Frenzy. Make sure it doesn't go off, and just tell someone to have a stun ready in case he does it again a second time. But now I'm swapping onto the Trapper. It's very important that you kill this thing as soon as it enrages. We had 2 Hodges, so it was very, very nice to kill these things. Now, going from that worm boss to this part, I'm staying in my single target gear. It's only 2 mobs at a time, so your single target gear is very strong. Not to mention how good Chains of Ice is. So our Ret Paladin, he used wings on that pack. So he's going to have wings pop up like about 1 minute into the fight, which is fine. So, like I said, interrupt the Frenzy and then onto the Trapper. Now we're on to the last boss. It did pretty low there, but Chains of Ice pulled through really well there on the last Dominator. He gripped that one, so easy. Now we're on to the boss, and we have around like 6 minutes left. We finished this dungeon with about 3 minutes to go, so it went pretty well. Last boss, do not stand in front of the tank. One little bit of advice, and save your Chains of Ice in case your person kiting needs to actually have the massive Chains of Ice. You can save it for when he actually summons the Magma Sculptor. That was a really big Chains of Ice, 11 million. He's targeting a Holy Paladin. He's gonna let him run into the wall. That's fine. If you get targeted as well, guys, you do have Clawing Shadows, so you can kite him quite well. But focus the Molten Char skin down. My DA is going, and it's just wailing on this ad, which is really good. You kind of want to have another CD ready to kill the ad in your group, like our Paladin had wings there. It just makes this very, very easy. I'm doing a shitload of damage right here, 4.2 million, and I think we go through 2 sets of ads, and that's it. You don't want to have a 3rd ad spawning, otherwise the boss fight's going too long. Magma Wave CD is coming up in 8 seconds. Now, if your tank is getting pretty, or if he's good and he gets lucky, you can actually pull the boss towards the wall. It's very buggy though, like certain parts of the wall you actually can't attack him, but like we always know, we are an Unholy Death Knight and we can use Clawing Shadows to, you know, kill stuff from range. So second Magma Sculptor spawns and we focus him down, do a lot of damage, guys. We're doing a lot of damage with Cleave here, and basically want to pull him towards this wall. We don't break it, which is okay. Magma Wave is going off now, so we hide behind the spikes, which is fine. Now we are going to ignore the next Magma Sculptor, completely ignore him and kill the boss. And guys, that's pretty much going to be the video. Please let me know. It's the first time pretty much doing this kind of commentary setting. I have done it before, but not on a high level key such as this one. It's not incredibly high, but it's high for me. But yeah, tell me if you guys enjoyed the format. Did you guys learn something? Do you want to see more of these videos? And just give it a thumbs up. That's how I recognize if you guys are enjoying the content. And thank you very much for watching, guys. I think Unholy is in a great spot for high keys. We're missing a few invulnerabilities like rogues and hunters have, but we're doing pretty good damage, and most importantly, great damage on single target weak. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Unholy for the win, and have a great day. Peace.